Hello, my name is Pony7 and welcome to Space Hulk Tactics. I rolled proper. Oh, there goes a Gene Stealer. Hello, Gene Stealer. Please be gentle. Please no stealing of our genes. Both the DNA genes and the pants genes. Both kinds. We'd like to keep them both. It'd make our brother is very unhappy if you were to steal our genes, especially our clothing genes. Then we'd be out of clothing. We only have a limited amount. Either way, it's a game more along the lines of the traditional Space Hulk, unlike Space Hulk Deathwing, which was in its own right an okay game, but it definitely had some massive rampings up in difficulty. But we're not here to talk about Deathwing, we're here to look at this one. He's moving. Why is he moving? Someone call the Inquisitors. I know they're around, but someone call them. We're gonna be going through, at least at the time of recording. Oh, there goes a brother sergeant. Hello, brother sergeant. Yes, keep firing. Good job. You're making the Emperor proud. Goodbye, Silver Skull. We're gonna be playing through the Blood Angels campaign. At least a little bit that is here at the moment, because at the time of recording, this is still the 8th. There is basically 2 missions available, the tutorial and then one other, at least for me, because I don't have a release copy, I don't have a press copy. I'm not Splattercat. He gets a press copy, which is understandable because he is much larger. I am not as large. I get no press copy. Anyway, new campaign. Classic, which is default parameters and tutorial mission. More demanding parameters and tutorial mission. GCOs will be more numerous. Let's go with classic, because I know you can already get overwhelmed if you're not careful. I commit my words to Vox Thief. That's loud. So these deeds may be recorded for those who question what was done here. Know that count years towards the end of the 41st millennium, mankind, and Dark Ages coming.
The Imperium of Man approaches its darkest hour. Its defenders lie scattered, spread thin across the darkness. Constant assaults bombard us from all corners of the galaxy. Wars led by the insidious alien Xenos. Limping home from one such brutal confrontation, the great battle barge Blood Crusader is waylaid by a panicked distress call from the Forge World planet of Gorgonum. A colossal space hulk has emerged from the heart of a warp storm and lies on a collision course with the Forge World. This monstrous conglomeration of wrecked starships adrift in the void for eons. The great derelict is a mass of secrets and dangers. And in their vast, echoing chambers lurk swarms of deadly creatures, the worst of which are the Gene Stealers. Fanged, six-limbed, unrelenting, and savage. They exist only to consume all life and to spread across the stars like a virus. A single squad of the Emperor's finest space marines is all that stands between this terrible threat and billions of human lives. The noble brothers of the Blood Angels go to meet their fate in the dark recesses of the Space Hulk.
That is an accurate representation of Gene Stealer tactics. Smother them in either corpses or their own corpses. And deployment phase, this is the tutorial. In fact, because of deployment phase, Terminator is already selected. His class icon displayed at the bottom of the screen. He's an assault marine. He's your box standard Terminator, which is not really box standard because there's only enough Terminators to go around for like the first and second companies of a chapter, I think, maybe the third. Either way, Terminator armor is much rarer than Space Marine armor, and especially their weapons too, as far as I'm aware. So, highlighted square. Deploy Terminator. Okay, it's much... There we go, it's much louder now, and much quieter now. Don't know why the cutscene was so loud, compared to everything else. Terminators deploy first, and then the Gene Stealers, which is, well, they've already deployed partially, because there's a blip there. And then there's a Gene Stealer there, and a blip there, and lots of Terminators that are down, but not out. So R, and end the turn, because this is all we can do. Alright, and this is something that I don't think was in the other Ascension, or the other Space Hulk. I don't know, I haven't actually played the other ones. That, first person, with lots of techno bobble scrolling up one corner of the screen, which I'm sure would mean something to a Terminator, but means nothing to me. So move the Terminator forward. Action points to move, and then move to the door. And then we have to interact with the said door. Hello, door, please open. See, you just have to ask it nicely. And one thing I will do is... Oh, I can't, because this is very much on rails. Like, I can't even switch out of this view at the moment, which is one thing I would like to do, but you can't, and then we can rotate. And then I don't know why we're doing it at this point in the middle of the doorway. Why wouldn't we do it over there? That would be better. Basically, we can see through the walls of the Space Hulk. And we can see there's a door there. And all that. Oh look, there's Space Marines. They're actually highlighted in yellow. And then there's a Gene Stealer over there. Actually, yeah, you can kind of make out the Terminator that's down over there. Get her Technovision. And then move diagonally. And open the door. There he is there. Hello, brother. You're very sparky in your fist. You might want to get that fixed. Someone called Tech Priests. Your objective is to awaken the fallen Terminators and extract 2 of them. Make it to them and interact with them. E. And then 4 interacts. And there we go, he's back up and running. Although he is having a little bit of smoke pouring out of his exhaust ports in the back of the Terminator armor. Yeah. Alright, so we need to switch to him. Move forward. And then end the turn. Oh look. Hello, Gene Stealer. And we are very dead. First contact with the Gene Stealers. Gene Stealers are deadly creatures in melee, so keep your distance. I select you to view the tactical options. And then there we go. We're now in the standard view. Overview of the mission. Tactical vision. We can see here that this door is different than the other doors. It's got a red symbol. Basically, once we close this door, by using this console, the Gene Stealer there is trapped. He cannot get through. No matter how much he bangs on that door, it's closed. No Girl Scout cookies today, Mr. Gene Stealer. So, move forward, rotate towards the console. And then interact. And now that console cannot be destroyed, but the console can. So basically, if we needed to get back through this door, I don't think we can open it from our side anymore. We're just going up to the door. We would have to destroy the console, I believe. Turn around. Make it go stompy boots. Awaken him. 4. Awaken, Mr. Alright. Yes, you. Move forward to square. Red area is dangerous and warning signs. A Gene Stealer is close enough to attack. The best option to put him in Overwatch. Basically, until the end of his turn, he will fire anything that comes into one of these squares, much like XCOM. However, if he jams, he's actually in a good position, although it may tutorialize him and kill him, which I think it does, into the fact that if he jams and he has no action points, he can no longer repair his weapon. Now threat cupping is a blip. I managed to kill that one. Good job. This can contain between 0 and 3 Gene Stealers, but will be revealed if Terminator is looking at it. With the Terminator and rotate left to face the blip. Yes, so these are just going, oh, there's life forms here. And then we actually get visual contact and go, oh, there is a Gene Stealer. No, there is 2 Gene Stealers. They're going to steal 2 pairs of genes at once. And then tutorialize on rail. Means we succeed, and now we have enough AP to Overwatch. And now you move over here. It's very on rail. This tutorial is. It's extremely on rails. The one thing I have noticed so far with the game is you have to really watch your corners, because the Gene Stealers have 6 moves. So even if you count out, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can go from here to here to here in one less move and be 3 squares farther along. I can go 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 2 extra points and be in the same place, and then 4, 5, 6, or 5, and then attack if you're down here. So corners and diagonals are something you gotta watch out for. They're just stacking up. And you see he jammed. He had no action points left. And so he died. Jams are on doubles. Unfortunately, I was against this Terminator. His turn was jammed. He had no available action points to unjam. With the remaining Terminator, I said, fallen Terminator, interact with him. Interact. Now at Overwatch.
Activated. In position.
Turn the Terminator and attack for free. Because after you do a move, you can attack for free. And you missed. In difficult situations like this one, the squad can make good use of command cards. Basically these. +2 index melee, +2, +2. Oh, these are +4 points. These are actually really good conversion cards. Each card can be played or converted in order to extend the tactical options. Only 1 card can be converted per turn. Squad points received are indicated at the bottom of each card. Convert the card. So, convert. Gain 3 AP. When Terminator shoots the same target twice without moving, it gains sustained fire buff. Basically, he's going, okay, shooting like that, missed. Let's shoot like this. It's what I'm going, whereas targeting assistants are going, okay, yeah, buddy, you missed. Change how you're aiming. Now's a chance for a good old screenshot, but oh well. And Overwatch. Now he's Overwatching, and of course there's no squad AP, so if he jams, he's toasted. And of course, let's look path. Move the Apothecary Terminator up. And then end the turn. Hello, Gene Stealer. Oh, he jammed. Although he did succeed in killing him. Oh, he actually survived melee. And one good thing about having him survive is that, well, you get a free turn. Open the card. 8 basically command points. Advise to attack Gene Stealers from a distance over one of your cards will change this. 40 Emperor and apply to the Apothecary. Next melee attack is a success.
Line to the Emperor.
And then I can basically go melee. and then just stab him with the healing stabby. And basically, you can play as many cards as you have command points, and convert a card which gives +4, which is this one. So now there's 4 AP. The path is clear. Move the apothecary in front of the last objective of the Fallen Terminator. And interact. And switch there. Move to there. Turn around, Assault Bird. There we go. And then we take out the apothecary.
Moving forward.
Mission complete. And the other Assault Bird is left going, hey, why'd you leave me behind? Come back. Spawn point. Blip can lurk in a spawn point. Okay.
This is Sergeant Tahario. In the name of Sanguinius and the Emperor, the squad stands ready. Bless your weapons and advance. Lazaro here. My Auspex waiting on the night form nearby. Could be Xenos. Keep your weapons primed, brothers. Hold your fire until we make visual contact.
Blood Crusader to strike team. Sergeant, this is Captain Ubaldo. We read you on scry sensors. Visual feeds from your combat cameras are clear.
Your will, Brother Captain. How do you wish us to proceed?
We were summoned to destroy this Hulk, and so we will. A world lives or dies on our victory this day. The Adepts suggest you attempt to locate an ammunition store or an energy core that might be induced to detonate and fracture the derelict. Make your way deeper into the wreck. You know the drill, Sergeant. Deploy your squad and advance with caution. Dispatch any opposition you encounter without mercy.
Very well then, Captain.
Acknowledged.
Yes, acknowledged.
Brother, I know it has been some time since you were last deployed as field commander. This squad has been thrown together by circumstance, and none of your men have fought alongside each other before. This is not an ideal situation, but I trust your courage and your skill.
Well, at least you trust something.
Your faith in me will not be misplaced, Brother Captain. We shall not fail.
Indeed. Well said, Sergeant. So, we have the Sergeant, which is a veteran. He has a power sword and a stormbolter. And then we also have the Happy Weapons Bearer. Probably should have put the Happy Weapons Bearer in the front.
Ready.
He has a heavy chain. It's not a heavy bolter. It's a I forget the name of it. It's an assault cannon. Assault cannon. That's what it is. Basically, you take a bolter, times it by 6, or make it into a minigun, give it 400 rounds per box, and then that's a assault cannon. Although it does have the downside of it has limited ammunition, unlike the storm bolters. All the heavy weapons have a limited amount. They can only be used so often. Such as his gun can only be used 10 times before it has to reload, which takes all of his AP for a turn. And then it also has a chance of on, I think it's a 6, it kills the bearer. I guess because he didn't fit the ammunition, potentially didn't fit the ammunition properly, then it goes off because bolts are basically just 75mm grenades flying at high velocity. And so one of them goes off, and then they all go off, and then you got a 400 round or how many of a round box left of ammunition going off at the same time, so a big explosion. So the opponent's deploying.
My honor is my life.
Indeed, Sergeant, and there's skulls on the wall because it's an Imperial ship and Skulls are definitely not a heretical thing, despite one of the Chaos Gods saying being skull for the Skull Throne. You know, nothing heretical about putting skulls everywhere. No siree. So move forward. I'm going to get you to turn the corner. And then you're going to park yourself right there. I'm actually going to convert. It's a +2 to his next melee. And convert this one. I'm going to put him into Overwatch.
Overwatch.
And you're going to move up. And then they're all just going to go one at a time. Stompy, 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 stomp. As Terminators go, they stomp a whole lot. There we go. And that is everything. No squad AP left over or anything like that. End the turn. New geosteal actions. They're coming through the doorway. They're probably going to pull at that doorway. Which is less than good. Pooling is not fun. Unless you're doing the pooling. And then it is fun. So you move up. And then you move up. And then you are actually going to become the rear guard for this side. Because I have played through this particular mission before, and I do know that the spawn gets popped right here at this rubble. So just protect this way. I'm gonna have you go one square over, turn around, and then Overwatch. Oh, I forgot to put him into Overwatch.
Scry scanners detecting multiple contacts inbound on your position.
He don't think he can reach because he has to spend 1 AP to open the door. And just awaken the swarm. Already revealed. Oh, that mistake is probably going to cost me.
Genestealer presence confirmed. I repeat, Genestealers confirmed.
Suffer not the alien to live. All warriors fire at will.
Indeed, fire at all the wills. Just name all the Genestealers will and fire at them. Alright, we got lucky there. I think he still had 3 AP left when he stopped. So he could have just went 1-2 and attacked and possibly killed that one weapon sparer. So, shoot. 7% chance to win. And we got him.
Mark it well, kinsman, but be wary. These Genestealer filth never act alone. More will be coming.
Well, and then heavy weapons bearer ammunition. Can be equipped with assault cannon, which is what he have, a flamethrower, or a plasma cannon. The assault cannon and the flamethrower have ammunition. A plasma cannon is like the bolters, you can fire it forever, but it has a chance to explode. There's a reason why you see models, like 40k Space Marine models, with the guy holding the plasma cannon, the plasma weapon in one hand, and move a hand in front of his face. It's because they explode and like to kill their users. They're not very stable of a weapon. Alright, you killed them, good. Now going to Overwatch and rectify the mistake I made. Although that actually turned out well because it prevented them from pooling too much. Alright. Forwards, Sergeant. Open the door. And through the door. Move up.
Sergeant, hold! I see Astartes power armor on the visual feed. Go in for a closer look. Indominus pattern Terminator plate. And the chapter colors are those of the 13th, the Ultramarines. I'd warrant this kindred battle brother perished here many decades ago. It appears the Blood Angels are not the first Space Marines to board this Hulk. Perhaps we can access this fallen sun's combat recorder.
Alright.
Theoretical. Our position will be overrun. We cannot hold. Tactical. Evacuation sequence has been initiated. It will not be enough. 200 life forms approaching. Brother Ilarion is dead. I am low on ammunition. They're everywhere. Ah!
Wilhelm scream for Space Marines. It's not very Wilhelmy, but it's the closest we get.
The Ultramarines were overwhelmed and slaughtered. But why were they here? Move on, Sergeant. Perhaps this mystery will unfold as you proceed.
Indeed. Especially tomorrow, when the full game comes out.
Yes, brother.
And actually hide that. Alright, move up assault.
Orders confirmed. Fear my thirst.
You're gonna rotate around and provide overwatch for this way. Of course, you need, well, you're actually fine right now because you don't have any AP issues. But, end the turn. And then a blip there.
Beware, a section of the Hulk has collapsed. The Gene Stealers will surely take advantage of the breach.
Yep. That is a new spawn point for them. So you are gonna go into Overwatch.
Vigilance, brother.
You actually see he's got a partial Overwatch on this way because he can kind of see out of the corner of his eye down that corridor.
Vigilance, brother.
And they're both Overwatching.
In the name of the Emperor. Dispatch.
Now they just march.
Moving forward.
Ideally, I would have an apothecary in the middle of a formation like this. Or I would like to, because apothecary has a chance to save a Space Marine if he would die, if he's directly in front of him. So if the sergeant was attacked, I'd have the apothecary directly behind him, just in order to try and, if he were to die, he'd get a chance of being alive still. Plus there's apothecary things you can do to save him. There's cards and all that you can use. At least I think to save, or at least to help. Oh, good job, you killed one. Well done.
Understood.
Make your way forward. Oh, you can't make that turn. Oh well.
I am moving.
They see there's a blip right there now, so in order for this blip to advance, it has to go through the Overwatch of this guy.
Vigilance, brother.
And of course, there's a Gene Stealer here. He can make it to here. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get right there. Luckily, we're outside the range where we can actually be attacked. Don't move backwards. End the turn. Actually, that's a good point. I wonder if you could actually move after triggering the Overwatch. I wouldn't want to test it right now. But possibly on the turn we win, I would test it. Alright, he's moving. And he's dead. Of course, there's still a door here.
Fear my thirst.
Are we about to win? We could be. If I convert this one, we should be able to win. So, because that's 5.
Position.
One, and then 1 from squad. And then you could reach. So let's test this. Overwatch.
Vigilance, brother. Taking up position.
It does actually stick. Alright, that's actually something I didn't know. And makes it a lot more useful. Because then you can Overwatch and back away a little bit Makes it easier actually to get rear guards out. Because otherwise, if I had known that, I would have probably just tried to turn him and then move away. And if you don't put him in Overwatch, then they get no shots if they come at them on their turn. But this is the mission complete. Nice and fairly simple. No Terminator casualties. Killed the Gene Stealers. And we got out and completed the secondary objective. And we still had 14 turns left. So we got extra components, 320 components. Brother Mardial has gotten himself a Chain Fist, which is a better power fist. And extra components, plus 160 there. 14 minutes took to do that mission. Average time of 42 seconds a turn. 6 turns, 4 Gene Stealers killed, 2 killed in Overwatch.
Sergeant, I have deployed additional Battle Brothers to your location. A heavy weapons bearer and apothecary will join your squad. Wait. An Imperial warship is approaching the Blood Crusader. It bears the penance of the Inquisition.
Ah, yes, the Inquisition.
Attention, sons of Sanguinius. This is Inquisitor Jost von Marburg, acting on behalf of the Holy Ordo Xenos of Terra. Stand to and prepare to receive new orders.
Alright, but I'm pretty sure, as a technicality, Inquisitors can't actually tell Space Marines what to do. They get very angry. Or they can get very angry, as far as I'm aware. That might actually be how the Angry Marines got formed. An Inquisitor tried to tell them what to do, and then they told him, bugger off.
This is Brother Captain Ubaldo, commander of the Blood Crusader. Tell me, Lord Inquisitor, how was it possible for you to receive the distress call from Gorgonum? The warp storms in this sector are smothering all long-range astropathic communications.
That is a good point. And, of course...
We received no signal, Captain. We knew this space hulk would be here. Our records call it the Forsaken Doom, and we have been aware of it for a long time.
And of course, being the Inquisition, you decided not to tell anybody. Because that's how the Inquisition rolls when it comes to stuff like this.
You knew. And yet, you sent no advance warning?
Exactly. That's exactly how the Inquisition operates in matters like this.
It is not your place to question the will of the Inquisition, Blood Angel. The Ordo Xenos has a special interest in this particular derelict. It changes nothing. Your mission is to attempt to save Gorgonum. You may proceed with my blessing.
Indeed, although we didn't really need your blessing, and technically, as far as I understand it still, you can't really order the Space Marines what to do. I mean, you can ask them to do something, but technically they aren't under your umbrella. At least I think.
Lord Inquisitor, I must speak. This is Weltran Lerzak, Fabricator General of the Forge World Gorgonum and faithful servant of the Machine Gods. I beg of you, we desperately need the support of the Ordo Xenos.
And enter the Mechanicum, or Adeptus Mechanicus, which is technically a separate entity, well, a separate country to the Imperium. Except they decide to go along with whatever the Imperium asks because they know how to operate everything. The Imperium doesn't, and even then, their definitive operation is light the holy candles, turn the knob 3 directions counterclockwise, sing litanies 1 through 24, apply oil to section C, and pray that it works. That's how they operate everything effectively. It's all rituals and dancing, and they all know that if you do this thing exactly this way, it will do this thing. They don't have instruction manuals anymore. They've all been lost in time. And nor do they really invent anything, because technically they kind of believe that everything's already been invented. They just need to find it. And then he is effectively in charge of the Forge Worlds. And Forge Worlds is basically a planet where the Imperium has gone, here, Mechanicus, have this planet. It's yours to rule. However you kind of want, as long as you don't do anything super heretical. It's effectively yours now.
I have no troops, no battle retinue to offer. I am merely here to observe.
Of course you're here to observe. Why would you be here to do anything else?
Observe, my lord. And may I ask why you will not intervene?
That is also a good question, which we won't allow to be answered.
You may not, Captain.
Of course.
Very well, Inquisitor. As for you, Fabricator General, my battle brothers have a mission and an enemy to kill. By the throne's light, that is all the Emperor's angels require.
We are
Indeed.
most grateful, honored Captain. Although it may not be enough to halt the derelict's advance, Gorgonum's planetary and orbital defenses are at full alert. We will open fire on the Hulk when it is within range.
Good, at least the Mechanicus is willing to put up a fight. Unlike the Inquisition. I don't know why the Inquisition's still here. Because you can't advance the
My
story
crew
any
and my
farther.
kinsmen will take the brunt of this fight, fear not. But your expertise will be welcome aboard the Blood Crusader. Our ship still bears the wound of our last battle. I would bid you send us your most learned tech priests and all supplies you can muster.
Very kind way of saying, give us what we want. Due to the tone of voice. And there we are. That's the end of what we can do in this build of the game. At least not until tomorrow. Each note is a step. Some of them contain ancient treasures and events waiting to be unveiled. Each new step taken between missions will increase the risk of encountering Gene Zero hordes. The squad survived the first encounter. Scans the space hull by the battle barge to help choose the next destination. Before to explore the Hulk. Watch out for the hordes. Effectively, there's a lock on it because it's not the correct build. Unless you got the press release build. Something here. Thank you for pre-ordering Space Hulk Tactics. The adventure ends here for now. We'll discover the rest tomorrow. When I record this. Possibly today when it goes out. I don't know when I'm going to be putting this out. And then we can go to squad management. Effectively, we can unlock more cards. So, for the Emperor, next attack is success. So you can effectively go and unlock these so that you have them in your pool of cards, making it more likely to get them. And of course, you got your Assault Terminator. This is actually Predator Matile. He's got next target is success, and then he's also got +2 in his next melee, which is the same for all of them. Actually, no, he's got honor chapter. Yeah, it's all the same for all the assaults. And then, of course, he's got Steady Hand. Until next turn, he has a range of 6. He gets +1 in his Overwatch shots. In fact, he's his health buff. He makes it so he can shoot further, I think. And he also has a +1. He gets, so basically instead of a 70, it's some other higher percentage. But if we go here to Varmatile, we can give him, because here is Stormbolter. Can shoot a G-Series in range of on a flying sight up to 12 squares, roll 2 die, 6+. Basically, you need to roll higher than a 6 in order to succeed, so 2 3s or more on a die will work. Or a 6 and a 1. Any combination is higher than 6. Move and shoot, it's free to shoot once after moving with the Stormbolter. Effectively, you can toggle it. There's an option where if there's anything in line of sight like rubble, doors, G-Sealers, they move a step, they shoot. They move a step, they shoot for free. Sustained fire, if the Terminator doesn't move, next shot at the same target gets a +1. Effectively gets more accurate as he shoots and misses. Overwatch, can Terminator shoot any moving G-Sealer from line of sight. Sustained fire is applied. Effectively too, like if he's coming towards him, every shot that he takes gets higher. And then jam, when an Overwatch Stormbolter will jam for double is rolled. So our action points will automatically unjam the bolter. Effectively, if you roll 2 3s, which would be fine on a normal shot, it jams on an Overwatch shot. Although it may also jam on a normal shot as well. I don't know. And then Power Fist, melee weapon, roll 1 die. Guard, reroll your die once if you would lose the melee. So we can give him a Chain Fist. So he gets Efficient Carving, +1 for frontal melee. So if he's front on to an enemy, as in like he's initiating the melee, he gets a +1. And then melee on interactive objects are always successful. Effectively, he can just, there's no chance of him missing a door or failing to punch down a door. He'll just basically take the chainsword to the door and go and carve down the door, which is something you don't normally do. And then of course Power Sword, of course. He has the ability Parry, which is... Actually, he gets 2 rerolls. He gets to reroll his dice with the Power Sword, and also reroll the highest Genestealer die if you lose a... Oh, it's for frontal melee. So in frontal melee, he's actually quite good. Of course, it's not as good as a... not as good as a Thunderhammer combination, because then you get +1 in frontal melee, and then you also get guard, along with they lose a die in frontal melee, and make it harder for them to actually kill him. And I know he also gets better results, but this is also it's a nice tactical option, because then you can still attack with range, and then you also get some of the benefit of having the Thunderhammer. And then of course you have your old Assault Cannon. Of course you could give him a Stormbolter, but an Assault Cannon is better, it's more accurate. You can shoot Genestealers on right sight, roll 3 die, and is success on a 5+. So effectively, he gets not only an extra die to start off with automatically, he also hits on anything 5 and lower. So he can get 2 1s and a 3, and he'll hit. Whereas a 1 and a 3 would be a miss on a Stormbolter. And you wouldn't even be able to do that. So same fire, Overwatch, same thing. Assault Cannon has 2 magazines of 10 shots each. Reloading the Assault Cannon costs 4 actions, and then malfunction. Once reloaded, a triple on dice while shooting will slay the bearer, killing adjacent units on 4+. Effectively, that's what I was talking about, where the ammunition isn't loaded correctly in the field, because again, the Space Marines, they know a little bit, but they don't know as much as the tech priests that equipped them beforehand, before they enter the Hulk on their mission. So them reloading in the field means that there's a chance the ammunition goes kaboomy, which is something you don't really want. And then of course you can see the Plasma Cannon, which is unstable fusion. I mean, this is probably the best one. It's roll 1 die per unit and interactive object targeted. Shot success is on +2. So effectively, the more units are in an area, the better chance you are going to hit. And even then, you got a 4 out of 6 chance against a single target to hit and kill. Each shot after the first one was on a single turn, roll a die. The bearer is staying on +6, on a 6+. Each extra shot adds +1 to a result. The unstable fusion kills adjacent units on +4, on 4+. So effectively, he has to be isolated on his own a little bit, as in you can't have anybody touching him. But every time he shoots, he also has a chance of just blowing up, which is part of the reason why you see them going, oh god, no. And then of course you got the Heavy Flamer, which is long burn. Your effect is active until the next turn. Any unit spending extra points inside the flames dies on a 2+. Effectively, he has to roll, shoot 3x3 area, 6 squares away, roll 1 die per unit effective. Has 6 shots in total. You can't rearm the Heavy Flamer. You can't really carry napalm with you. You can't have a scribe or whatever fall behind you and go, here, me lord, here's more napalm. And then he has a Power Fist as well for all of his options. Although I don't know if you could... I would think that if you took the Stormbolter, you could possibly fit a Chain Fist. But he's an Assault. He probably isn't trained to use a Chain Fist. He probably just gets chained on using the Power Fist. That's basically all the units we can kind of do, and we can't do any customization with these guys, because these guys are just story guys. But for a skirmish road and all that, you can customize them to look however you want, as long as it's, you know, within the options. But I'm going to call the episode here. So I do thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all for the continuation next time, which I am planning on doing. So I'll see you then.